Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Godfrey here, founder of Croatian Warrior Arts. Let's continue with our Warrior Mind series. We will speak about evil today. Evil and what is evil. In the next video, of course, I will speak about good and goodness. But let's start with the evil. To define the evil, and when we define the evil, we will know. We and you will know much better how to fight against evil, how to defeat the evil. Evil begins with a thought. Bad, weak, cowardly, negative, miserable, jealous, irrational thoughts. Evil can be anything and everything. It can be small evil, big evil, terrible evil, perhaps. Or maybe all evil is equally big regardless of the size of the evil deed. Evil is the destruction of what exists. Evil is the destruction of what exists. As soon as you think evil, you are destroying yourself and everything around you. Every negative and bad thought we have is evil. From the smallest negative doubt to the greatest harm is the same. Even when a negative doubt is minor and present, it becomes active evil. Slowly it becomes active evil and it will grow if not defeated. Such thoughts create evil within ourselves. Negative thoughts, bad thoughts, evil thoughts create evil in our cells, in the cells of the human body. Cells are naturally energy structures, so every negative, wicked, and bad thought, besides physically destroying ourselves, destroy them on all energy levels and radiate such evil energy outward from the cells. More of these thoughts means more evil within us and around us. Such radiation attracts evil from all sides, bringing diseases of all kinds and evil of all kinds and bad happenings of all kinds, as well as bad and wicked people and bad and wicked events. Negative or bad thoughts immediately destroy brain cells as soon as they appear. Remember this, negative and bad thoughts immediately destroys brain cells as soon as they appear, and then the cells of the entire body. Consequently, the cure, every good thought. The cure for evil is every good thought. Every good thought rejuvenates all the cells of the body, literally everything. And at the one split of the second and one moment, the good thoughts rejuvenate the cells of the body. Think good, and there is your remedy. You might think that thinking doesn't make evil. When you gossip about someone, that is evil. You might think that it's not evil when you think something bad about someone or something. That is also evil. You might think it is not evil when you are selfish and act to harm others through your selfishness. That is evil. You might think it is not evil when you think all those people are thieves. Probably you mean on politicians or I don't know somebody else, and they should all be wiped out. But that is also evil, my friends. You might think it is not evil when you think poorly of those who have done something bad to you. That is evil too. You might think it is not evil if you overeat every day or drink excessively or smoke excessively, yet that is also evil. Thinking is not evil when you curse with your foul thinking. It is not evil when you curse with your foul language and daily talk. That is evil, my friend. Jealousy, no matter how small, evil. Evil is everywhere and everything can be evil. And the only remedy against this evil is good. Goodness, love. Think good, spread goodness, do good, give goodness, be goodness, seek goodness within yourself every day. This is the only cure how you will cure the evil and all, even the smallest negative bad thoughts about anything is evil growing inside of you and attracting evil toward you and destroying you from inside on all energy levels. Evil is when you want to steal and cheat. Such thoughts, plans, and deeds destroy your spirit and your body. Evil is when you desire and commit adultery. Such thoughts and deeds destroy your spirits and your body. Evil is when your deeds inflict suffering on others. Such deeds also destroy you as well. Evil is not acting to fight against evil. This is evil. Evil is when your body rules you over you. A body that oppresses the soul is evil. A body that only seeks its own pleasures and greed, only for itself and its own body, that is evil. Evil is also when your stomach rules over you. Evil is laziness and lack of action due to laziness. Evil is fear, living in fear of everything and everyone. That is evil that destroys you from within. Evil is going to confessions, churches, services, masses in the churches, and then afterward acting and thinking badly. This is evil too. There is no real forgiveness for such people. Evil is when you seek God in church, but you don't think, but you do and think badly. Evil is when you seek God in church and churches and prayers, but you do and think badly. That is a way you will never find God, forgiveness, and nothing. Only evil. Evil is being superficial and hypocritical, undervaluing others, mocking, elevating yourself about others, especially without any reason. That is evil. Evil is giving into dark basements, clubs, fantasizing there and thinking, having parties in these dark places, and you're thinking you are having fun. Especially great evil is when you get drunk, wander around intoxicated, lose control, or drug yourself. That is evil, my friend. Evil is putting bad substances in your body, harmful and toxic food intentionally, or drugs or alcohol, and neglecting to care for you. This is evil too. Evil is when you think about doing something you planned, but intentionally don't do it. That is evil. Evil is greed. Being greedy in anything and not being able or willing to stop because of that greed. That is evil. Evil is complaining, and saying it is hard, it is too much, we can't. That is evil. I can't. That is evil. They are bad. They are this. They are that. Complaining toward others. That is evil. Evil is constantly forcing a bad news. Evil is constantly forcing a bad news. Those who do that are criminals. That is evil. Evil is constantly forcing false news. Those who do that are criminals. Yes, you are criminals. That is evil. Evil is when you are big and strong, like a person, or like a company, or like a corporation, like a nation, a state, and you exploit others, destroy others, and plan the destruction of other people, companies, nations, lives, habitats, forests, water resources, stealing resources, destroying entire states because you are big, strong, and greedy. That is evil from the personal level to the highest level of all nation. Terrible and unforgivable evil is when you kill other people. Evil is when you kill children, women, the elderly, the helpless, the civilians. Evil is when you think you need to kill all the children of other nation because they will grow up and become fighters against you. That is evil. And the one doing this is embodiment of that evil. You are the devil on the earth. Evil is also when you think you are the strongest in the world and that everyone should obey you, and according that you shape the world. That is evil, a great evil, and that's why evil constantly occurs to you, to your people, and to your country. Evil is when you think and accept bad things, for gossiping, for criticizing others. These are not good, those are not good. My one or the other one, that one or the other one is not good. That is evil. These people are evil. These people are not good. This is not good. They are stupid. They are this. They are that. That is evil which you attract to yourself and carry within. Evil is worry, suffering, and foolish pleasure due to constant attacks of these three. Worry, suffering, and foolish pleasure is constantly attacking, and you cannot live in goodness under constant worry, constant suffering, and foolish pleasure. Because of worry, you suffer. Because of foolish pleasure, you suffer. And you are constantly in a circle of evil. A wicked person cannot trust anyone because they know they are guilty. Evil person cannot trust anyone because they know they are guilty, because they expect evil to come to them also, because such a person cannot trust anyone else to be good. Wicked people and evil people are terribly afraid of being caught and suffer greatly. They suffer constantly, expecting horror, illness, death, that they will be arrested, caught, sentenced, discovered, killed. It is terrible to be wicked. It is terrible to be evil. These people are sick and they suffer all the time. Evil is cursing and thinking evil thoughts about others. Like, God, let me steal. At least the neighbors, I like that the neighbor cow die and mine lives. I want more than my neighbor has, or at least let them suffer like I suffer. At least let them what they deserved. That is a great evil. And if you are like that, you are also sick and suffering, and you need a cure. Such a person is doomed because they are evil. Evil is also accumulating material wealth impulsively and greedily, collecting from personal to all, from any kind of agenda, and all of that is false and evil. Nothing will help you uh, to live better if you do that. Not a single grain of gold or luxury will help. Having but not being, that is a great evil. Having but not being, to be a human being, that is a great evil. The cure for that is simple. Be and have. Share and give. Help others. Being good and having are two entirely different things. Being good, and having are two entirely different things. Corruption, theft, and false appearances, my friend, that is evil. And you are evil if you indulge in it, in corruptions and theft and false appearance. Being good and having means being good. To be good and to have. Being good and to have. And then you can give when you have. That is true meaning of being good and not evil. Evil and wicked people, even though they think they rule over the world, cannot truly rule. They do not rule. They are slaves, ordinary slaves of evil. They are common criminals who live in fear of evil, and because of that, they will never truly rule, no matter how the world currently appears. Never. You will rule, never, and you are not ruling because you are evil. And you are suffering from your evil, and you are terrified, and you live in fear. Wicked people suffer from their own evil. Everyone will answer for their wicked deeds. Everyone will answer for their wicked deeds. Everyone. It's just a matter of time. It can be here and now. It can be later. It can be much later. Doesn't matter. Everyone will answer for their wicked deeds. All of this I have mentioned about is death and evil, and it is we can say evil death. Evil is a death. Evil is bad death. All that was said as leads to death, to black and dark dying behind which there is nothing except maybe eternal suffering. That is evil. If you are evil, you will get only black and dark death at the end and eternal suffering. And that is evil that you deserve by evil deeds. So now go ahead, be evil. Do do you want to be an agent of that death, of that evil? From the perspective of matter and the body, you can only see death and evil. From the perspective of material matter in the body, you can only see that in evil. If you persist in the path of evil, there is nothing in front of you, absolutely nothing, only darkness and internal suffering and dark, heavy, painful death forever. That is, my friend, evil. Well, for this video enough. I hope that I very plastically described you what is evil, and believe me, evil has a very specific ways how to get in, how it's coming in our lives, and how it's try to grow, to spread, to influence, and change the human nature and human minds, and wants to conquer the human nature, human minds. It wants to conquer your families, your children, your souls at the end. But that's why we have goodness warriors, and warriors of light. And wherever is the goodness warrior, wherever is the warrior of light, evil cannot rule, evil cannot exist, even just disappears. So, my friends, become a goodness warrior. And in the next video, I will speak to you about good and goodness, and how to spread this good and goodness, how to be this good and goodness, and how to become a goodness warrior. So see you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay happy, stay safe, stay beautiful, be worthy. You are worthy. Remember that you are worthy, and you are, and you can. And spread goodness and spread love. And remember, who do you love? You never hurt. Who do you love? Good out. See you around. CROBRAN.